And now here we are, what might be the very end of Court's party for Sweet Sachiko's birthday party, that is. Well, birthday bash. I've already messed up everything. Here we go anyway. Oi minute and welcome. My name is Yuusha Anime and welcome back to what may be the conclusion of Court's party, Sweet Sachiko's Hysteric birthday bash. And, well, there's nothing really left to say. It's the final chapter. And I think we are literally maybe half an hour, 40 minutes from the end. So, without any further ado, to conclude off this spin-off before I maybe take on a dead patient another day, we'll continue with this for now. So, guys, if you're ready, I sure as hell am. 行きましょうか。
俺たち一回も声かからなかったもんな。
That's right, them two weren't really called to do anything.
まあ、ミンコがそばにいるから平気だけどよ。
最高だな、俺ら。
ちょっと二人ともちゃんと聞いときなよ。ほら、ギャルゲーしまう。
Sachiko quietly breathed in deep, then exclaimed in the most pleading voice she could muster.
サチコね、泳げるようになりたいの。
To swim?
浮き輪がないと溺れちゃうんじゃ。クラスの子たちに笑われるから。
Oh. Oh, why did we? Okay, she was entirely serious.
クラスの子？あって、もしかして生前の記憶？
I wouldn't put it past her. Naho? What are you thinking?
だからみんなを見込んで一生のお願い。待ってるから。一回西校舎にあるプールに来て。
If it's full of guts, I'm not
サチコを
swimming.
泳げるようにしてほしいの。
Okay, the irony of a dead adolescent claiming this was the thing she's wanted most for her whole life was lost to no one, yet it was also somehow somewhat haunting. But there was another matter that needed to be addressed too.
待ってくれ、サチコ。プールといってもみんな制服だし。
大
Aha.
丈夫。ちゃんとみんなの分のスクール水着も用意したから。
Of course. Oh, Fukuroi knows what this means. Kurosaki
こっち見んな。
すぐ水だと。
Inamaru, calm down.
おお、うちの学校は室内プールであるがゆえに壁に阻まれてついに見ることができなかった俺の破れた夢が今
Inamaru.
It's just a dream じゃないか。
キモいんですけど、覗き予備軍の異常者だって訴えますよ、クズが。
Oh.
ねえ、ナオト。はあはあ。チュル。
Oh, you're just as bad. I'm waiting for someone else to chat out. I'm waiting for Sachiko to yell out now. Come on, where is she? Come on, Sachiko.
早く来てね。みんなでサチコに泳ぎを教えること。
I have a feeling it'll be Satoshi that will be teaching her how to swim.
教えること？ああ、決め事か。子供みたいな物言いだね。
Yeah, I guess.
まあ、実際子供なんだけどな。
That simple childlike request was the last message she broadcasted. The room then fell silent. And within that silence lurked a tension you could practically cut with a knife. Yeah, because all the dead friends and that lot, they're gonna be
ど
gone.
うする？誰か行く人。
The question was posed, but not a soul was volunteering. The culture festival was over after all. Everyone had fulfilled their required tour of duty. The idea of choosing to stick around even longer was... well, it was more than even the most soft-hearted among us could imagine.
なんでサチコのやつ俺たちをダチかなんかだと思ってんのか
Well, no, obviously not.
言うこと聞いとかないと殺されそうだったから仕方なく言うこと聞いてただけなんだけどな。
True. This sparked a chain of everyone voicing their dissatisfaction over what had transpired during the events of the day.
もういいんじゃね。文化祭の種目じゃなくて今度のはただのお願いだろ。アフターまで聞いてやる筋合いはねえよ。
Hey, Yoshiki, coming in with the knowledge. And literally, I think he's on point on this one.
サチコさん、ずっと笑ってて楽しそうだったよね。本当は友達が欲しかったんじゃ。
Of course she wanted friends. She had her whole life taken away from her.
人をひでえ目に合わせて面白がってただけだろうが。
Yeah, I'm sure you think that Shinada like you're sick-minded.
ダメだよさやか。たとえ君の言う通りだったとしても、あの子には恐怖で人の心を縛っても友達は作れないって教えてあげなきゃいけないと思う。
Again, Inamari hitting in with some logic right there. It could be the effect of, what do you call it? Stockholm Syndrome. Could be that. She admitted he might be right. Damn. A deep, profound silence fell over the auditorium, with only the pitter-patter of the rain on the roof droning in the background. Everyone hung their heads in contemplation and said nothing for what seemed like an eternity. Yep, they're there. Oh no. She is by herself.
全然寂しくない。ちっとも悔しくない。はあ。
Sachiko looked back at the school building. It was quiet as could be. There were no signs of movement whatsoever. Not even a speck of dust had been disturbed. She was the only one moving in the whole of the heavenly host, and a sense of absolute isolation quickly wrapped itself around her. The lights she'd gone to the trouble of setting up in the locker room too were casting their shadows on no one.
Yeah.
Sachiko slowly began paddling herself through the water in a tube wrapped around her butt to keep her afloat. Fair enough. The pool was usually thick and murky and reeking of decay, but Sachiko had temporarily transformed it into the purest of fresh water. Okay, so yeah, she can control that as well. As she'd always learned in classes at school, if you can't swim in clear water, then you shouldn't be swimming at all. True. The horrific day when Sachiko's eternal slumber began took place only just after the pool had first opened at Heavenly Host. That's why she was never able to swim. Okay, that makes sense. And since she had always been made fun of for not being able to swim without an inner tube, she wanted nothing more than a friend to teach her how.
今日なんか泳げる気がする。泳ぎたいな。
Lifting herself from the inner tube, she tried to float on the surface of the water. Uh-oh. No, she's drowning. She's just about to end the whole entire school now with this. I know that feeling though, it's terrifying. I've nearly drowned twice, so I know it's horrid.
どうして誰も来ないの?
Oh, somebody did, didn't they? Yoshikaze. The giant man Yoshikaze. Why has he got his freaking hammer in the pool? In the water with a swim cap on his head.
じゃないわよこのデクナボ。この。どうしてよ。サチコ。
Ah, Yoshio's there.
さっちゃん。お母さん。
Okay, that's a surprise. Hello, how are you? Sachiko's mother Yoshie was now standing behind her, staring at her daughter with a look of love and affection on her face, but also regret. Sachiko turned to face her and instinctually clung to her.
どうしてみんな来てくれない?
Oh. Yoshie gazed at her daughter with a warm and kindly expression and began stroking her hair. It was a gesture designed to console, but also to show sympathy.
どうしてかわいそうにわからないのよね。お母さん?
Oh. Yoshie hugged Sachiko tightly. Sachiko, whose head was thrashing about wildly as she tried to come to terms with this, stared up at her mother with a blank expression on her face.
強い恨みの念による心の奥底に切り離されて閉じ込められたあなたの心。
年、誕生日のこの日にだけは自らの呪いの支配が弱くなるあなたの心、時折見せるあどけない感は本当の幸子、あなたなのよね。
Oh. Jesus. Tears began pouring from Yoshi's eyes. She couldn't help it. She's been crying this whole time. The wheel of fate, the curse that bounds these two to this world, also dictated that mother and child would drift apart. Moments like this were rare.
お母さん、泣かないで。お母さん。
Sachiko, not knowing what thoughts were occupying her mother's mind, busied herself trying to wipe the tears from Yoshie's cheeks with her fingers. She was perplexed too, because tears began pouring from her own eyes. She didn't know why this was, but also couldn't stop them from
お
falling.
母さん。
Aww.
お母さん。
Well, she never asked to become this, did
け
she?
れどあなたが被害者の子たちに強いている虐待は今日もあまりにひどかった。今さらあなたのお願いに応えてここに来てくれるなんてことは。
God damn it, Satoshi.
みんな。
遅くなったけど誕生日おめでとう、幸子。
おめでとう。
来たわよ、幸子さん。
プールきれいにしてくれたんだな。
寒い。
遅くなってごめんね。みんなで誕生日プレゼントを用意していたの。はい。
Eh? Oh. Why does that look like the skull from the Great Fandango? Ayumi presented a necklace to Sachiko with a little skeletal doll attached to it. It was on a silver chain and the joints were connected with eye bolts around aluminium fittings, allowing them to move and flail about
こ
freely.
の骨人形知ってるかな。カラベラって言うんだけど、お
Calavera.
芝居の時の大道具で使った発泡ウレタンを削ってみんなで作ったんだよ。
Oh.
カラベラには死後も陽気に自由にって意味というか
Oh.
願いが込められているの。
Well, they know well that she never really wanted to be this entity
苦
as
しんでい
well.
るあなたの心が休まるようにと。
Oh.
俺も作ったんだぜ、右手の骨。リアリティを追求してみたんだ。
俺は左太ももの骨。すっごいよくできてるだろ。
はいはい、いちいち張り合わないの。
Hmm.
チェーンは私のだよ。大事にしてくれると嬉しいんだけど。
Everyone was smiling genuine, carefree smiles. Sachiko, meanwhile, looked more pained than ever. She couldn't hold back the tears no matter how hard she
さあ
tried.
ほらつけてつけて。
Aw.
難しいかな。つけてあげるわ。
お
あー
お、似合う似合う。
似合いすぎて怖えくらいだ。
スカルって人気あんだぜ。クールだからな。
God's sake, Shimada, shut up. She's gonna cry.
お
さ
さ
ーて、
て
みんなで泳ぎを教えるよ、幸子さん。
俺は中途半端なことは嫌いなんだ。最後まで付き合うよ。
Damn.
泳げるようになりたいんだよね。
Mm-hmm.
勇気を出して。まずは足のつくところで浮き輪を捨てることから始めよう。
大丈夫、私教えるの得意だからさ。弟や妹たちをぐんぐん泳げるようにしてきたんだから。
That's true. Sachiko would be pretty good at that.
幸子、お前泣いてんのか？
Night night.
泣いてない。殺しちゃうぞ。
Aww, Sachiko ran up to the pool, just as she was told. She seemed absolutely overjoyed, even if she tried her best to hide it. Oh Jesus, she's jumping in Yoshiki's arms? Looks like she's about to belly flop. Oh my god, I could just see freaking Kizumi in the back right behind Yuka. That is not a positive sight.
よし来い。
Naiko's laughing
ヒ
as
ステリッ
well.
クだなサチコちゃんは。
この子たちは底抜けに
いっていって爪立てるな
This is a surprise that she ran up to Yoshiki. Oh my
優
god.
しい子たちだわ。
ったくしょうがねえな。ほら泳ぎ教えてやるよ。
浮き輪は私が預かるね。
Go on, Yuko.
サチコ、俺の背中に乗せてあげよう。おいで。
Kisame. Oh no, he's fulfilling that little sister fantasy of his. Oh no.
なんかちょっと水着のサイズが大きいの。私も胸が見えちゃう。
Wait, there's one that's too big for her. Are you serious?
私も。
Perfect.
おお、うまいうまい。
Ah, they're both helping her, Yoshiki and Satoshi.
フクロウより泳げてんじゃない？
Fukuroi can't swim. Oh, oof.
うまい？
ああ、
水着のサイズが大きいだけよ。
Oh, for God's sake, Aimi.
私の胸が小さいんじゃない。私悪くない。
She's still stuck up on that. Oh. Hey? Huh? Huh? Bonfire in the I'm sorry, huh? Hello? Bonfire in the swimming pool? Sure, who's crying? Oh. It signifies the end of the bloody what's it called? Obon? Isn't that supposed to signify the end of a festival, if I remember correctly? Like a school festival, especially. Well.
さやかさえのきさん、何を言ってるんだい。嘘だろ。もう会えないなんてさ。みんなして一体何。
I don't know, you're gonna go crazy, I guess.
さやか
Huh? Eh? Huh? She hugged Inamaru? She chose to hug Inumaru over Naho.
さやか
And she hasn't German suplexed him yet. I'm impressed. Yeah, circle. Ah.
聖子、ごめん、我慢できない。さよならなんて嫌だよ。このままでいさせてよ。
Oh yeah, they all died, didn't they? Oh yeah, she might have died. Yeah, I remember.
なんだかよくわからないけど胸騒ぎがするんだ。一人になっても負けるなよ。今日が終わっても
Oh damn it, he
ミ
wasn't
ツ
finished
さんや
speaking.
みんな
Sorry.
と一緒に合流して脱出しよう。
I'm pretty sure he killed all of you.
ああ、お前も自分の身を守れ。
Oh yeah, all three of them were dead, weren't they? Wasn't it Chihaya that had her legs absolutely freaking obliterated with a hammer? Because I'm pretty sure that wasn't Nana, was it? Nah, one of them was found dead in a thing. I can't remember where it was. They were found dead in the body room, if you go down there, if I remember correctly. And then we don't tell... Nana? It might be Nana, actually.
ゆかち、明日の昼ご飯なんだけどさ、学校抜け出してラーメン食いかね。月ちゃん、なーにブルー入ってんのさ。一緒に帰れるんでしょ。
That's not the point. Ah.
何？なんで泣いてんの？ ちょ、何言ってんの？帰れないの？
Yeah, she's been stuck here.
やだ。やだやだ。
Yeah, you just realised, didn't you, Satsuki?
やだやだやだやだ。さつきちゃん。
The lamentations of the group were audible from everywhere. In only a few minutes, everyone would be separated into their various close spaces once more. And some would be repeating their destined demises as well, soon to be consigned to oblivion. No one could quite remember exactly what fate had in store for them, but the sense that they'd never be able to see one another again was overpowering. It remained carved in their minds like a scar. This was plainly visible to Sachiko as well, whose heart grew heavier moment by moment as she bore witness to it.
何？なんで？幸子も目から水が出る。
Aww.
お腹痛くなってきた。
Yuusha spoke gently and slowly while stroking Sachiko's hair.
幸子、それが悲しいという感情よ。あなたがみんなと離れたくないように、みんなも離れたくないの。もうすぐみんな楽しかった記憶も消えて、あなたからも離れ、また地獄へと戻されるのよ。
Sachiko looked around her. All of the formerly happy faces that had just taught her how to swim were now quivering, their throats tightened up and tears running down their cheeks. Oh, even Yoshikazu's feeling a bit sad. Jesus, I'm hungry.
お母さん、やだ、離れたくない。
Aww.
なんでこんなことになったの？
Yoshie caught sight of the strangle marks around Sachiko's neck, and instantly tears began flowing from her eyes. Yeah.
幸子。
Sachiko's wails echoed throughout the school, becoming a whirlpool that washed away all the grudges and hatred of the vengeful souls as they heard it. The muddy stream of ill will that had stagnated within those walls for so long turned clear, and the now scattered curses broke down more and more. The endless cycle of sadness was beginning to unravel.
お母さん、幸子、もう悪いこと。
Sachiko. It was in that one moment. Damn. And she's back to the way she was before.
なんだろう。変な夢見てた気がする。
Oh, and she doesn't remember it herself. God
思い
damn
出
it.
せないや。
The very second the hand on the clock struck 12, the entire school became enveloped in a dimly twinkling mist. Sachiko paused for a moment, almost as if contemplating this dream she had, and in the very next moment all the students around her were gone. All that remained was a crackling bonfire in the centre of the pool. Yep, wet footsteps. What?
おいデクノボ、また何人か捕まえてこい。
Oh.
今日はそうだな。保健室が寂しいから人体解剖標本を作るぞ。
Oh, Jesus.
行け早く
Sachiko kicked the giant man into motion, yelling at him in an unnecessarily threatening, vitriolic tone with practiced ease. As he scurried away, Sachiko folded her arms and gave him a sidelong glance. Oof. Jeez. And it was all gone just like that. Whoa. Oh, okay. Sachiko looked over the pool with a certain smug satisfaction. But why had the water been drained in the first place, and why had there been campfire burning in its centre? She couldn't say. I can't control it. It's going by itself. She found it difficult to believe that it could have been our doing, which meant it had to be in some work of an intruder, or possibly. I want something here. Why is it so quiet? Why is it so quiet? Yeah, she's got the charm in her as well. She could remember the figures of these people, but not their faces. They're all completely featureless. But they were shaking and shivering, and they all seemed to be making an urgent appeal to her. She's trying to remember. Oh. God damn it. Why is it so quiet? And it's just yay. She's not saying anything either. She just knows it's gone back to the way it was before. Oh. I don't know why it's so quiet, so I'm sorry to everyone. Oh, it's picking up now. That was the start of it all. The day when the principle ended the lives of Yoshie and Sachiko Shinozaki was when the curse firmly took hold. And before long its victims began harming one another, unable to bear the horrors they were forced to endure. The swell of tortured souls became a constant stream, forming a sort of magnetic field, and it was unclear if the day would ever come when the cursed chains that defined this purgatory of misery might finally be broken. And she still has the charm. Nice. There we go. That's it. Forgive me, I don't know why the music's so quiet. At all. But hey, it's done. We've ended it. It is over. Whew. I've got to admit, there were some parts in this where it did feel a tad bit dull. But that's to be expected, it's a spin-off. It's not supposed to be taken too seriously, but there was definitely some great moments in this that were absolutely hilarious. And I can't even deny that. Like the scene there with Yoshiki. And that's the thing, this series, this parody of itself was refreshing in a way. It's definitely not the best, but it's a good little love letter to fans and also good little references to other forms of media of the franchise. So it's literally just a massive appeal to long-time fans. And I have no problem with that, because I've been a long-time fan of this series as well, and I've loved it. I've loved it. Would I say it's the best? No, I'll probably give it a good old 7.1 out of 10. But that'll be me. 7.1 out of 10 is what I'd rate this. Just because you would need to know a lot of the knowledge in general just to get some of the references. Like, some of it were even in later forms of media that I already knew before this. So, and there's also like references to the original. Again, it's a love letter to the fans of this series. So you had to be pretty deep into Corpse Party to get every single reference and also to enjoy the full package. And if you go into it without knowing that, then it could spoil the experience. But I'm just glad that I knew it because it was fun, it was enjoyable, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. Whew, bang on 30 minutes even with the credits after that. Look at that. Farewell to you this day. Written by Makoto Kedoin. Okay. Chapter 8 clear. And there's all the other characters. Extra samsara down the river. What? There's more? The entry's locked in the journals menu. So there's an extra chapter. You've just told me there's an extra chapter. Are you serious? Really? There's another chapter? There really is another chapter. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it in one take. Hopefully it's not too long. Oh. In a certain remote part of the Japanese countryside by a calm and tranquil river, 4 children, 2 boys, 2 girls, were gathered to perform a ritual they've been planning for quite some time. They were students from the local high school, and they were all chattering excitedly as they'd been anxiously awaiting this day. Who are these people?
みんなあずさに言われた通り用意してきたか？
ああ、バッチリだぜ。俺はまじないの類はあんま信じねえけどよ。こうやって4人揃うのが残り少ないって思うとさ。
ちょっとトッシー、二度と会えないみたいな言い方やめてよ。
Oh, it's them two. Okay, now I recognize them.
せっかく嫁がみんなの思い出とこれからを大切にしましょうって考えてくれたんだから。
Damn.
まあまあ、ラン落ち着いて。メンズ諸君にはちょっと恥ずかしいかもしれないけど、そういう思い出の方が案外忘れないものよ。
So in this bit we get more information on Azusa and Ran.
さすが。私は嫁と転校先でもラブラブ生活だけどな。
I'm sure you
いい
will.
な。セントクルスって名門女子校だな。
And also, who's this Toshihisa and
はい、そう
Kentaro?
だよ。見直すといいぞ。
あずさはともかくランまでミッション系お嬢様学校ってのがどうにもな。幼稚園の方が違和感ないぜ。マリア様じゃなくてマニア様の方が見てそうだ。
What is with that bloody translation that you step in? She was like, what the hell was that? The tall girl projected an air of calm, ladylike composure as she covered the mouth of the boisterous girl with the tousled hair. Oh no, and yeah, she's still a person.
年久と健太郎は転校先決まっているの？
俺は遠くの町まで通わないし家を継ぐんじゃね。ま、進学か就職か決心するいいきっかけだってさ。
Okay, so they finished
将
school.
来のことを考えて。すごいね、年久は。
ああ。うん。この村に残るのは俺だけか。もうすぐみんなと会えなくなるのはやっぱ寂しいぜ。
Oh,
年さ、俺もいる。
そうなの？お前、白弾への転校が決まったって噂聞いたぜ。
白弾?
いや、それはやめたんだ。
Oh,
この
oh
村
no.
を離れたくなくてな。あ、いや、別に村を出て都会へ行くのがいい悪いじゃなくて、俺個人の感情なんだけど。
Ah.
私だって本当は都会になんて行きたくなかったわ。みんなとの思い出が詰まったこの村は何者にも代え難い故郷だもん。
そうだぜ。どこにいたって俺たちは繋がってんだ。あずさ、そのために今日おまじないってのするんだろ。
みんな持ってきた布を出して。ほら、ランも起きて。ランちゃん。
Wake up,
うっ
pervert.
とりして気絶って。ほんとなんてあずさのこと好きなんだから。なんだその両手ピース。
Oh no. Nada solo considerato. Oh no. She is literally piecing that face, eh?
ランが起きたら始めようか。あずさ、やり方の説明を頼むよ。
Oh, what? Is it really necessary to learn about these two, though? I mean, I already learnt plenty of them in the next one, but
高校2年
these two guys, are they relevant to them
突
at
如
all?
聞かされた
Like, other than
菅谷
school?
高等学校廃校のニュース。生徒の数が少ない田舎の学校にはよくある話だ。しかし降って湧いたような突然の別れに納得がいくわけがない。いつも明るくてノリのいい友達後藤俊久も今まで見たことがないような悔しさと諦めの入り混じった表情を見せていた。
I like how he said two bright and cheery friends, and then just Toshihiza. He just threw him under the bus. Damn.
この夏が終わる頃にはもうみんな別の場所へ行ってしまう。一緒に過ごした大切なこの場所を絆を心から大切にしたいと願った。
Did those two get dragged into the other
そ
world
んな
as
中
well?
幼なじみで4人のまとめ役でもある高井あずさの提案により生涯譜の約束というものを行うことにした。よこしまな感情そして悪い運気を全て布に込めて流してしまおうというまじないらしい。一部の女子の間では割と流行ってたらしいが俺も年久も今一つ実感が湧かなかった。そんな時とびきり賑やかな小林蘭が目を覚ました。
Ah, okay.
あず
She
さを
finally
嫁
went
と呼
back.
んでいつもそばを離れない。だが傍から見ているとこの二人どちらかといえば夫婦というよりは母と娘だ。
Yeah,
素
they
直
do
に
have
行
that
動で
energy.
きる蘭の性格を時々羨ましく思うこともある。
さ布を一つにつないでちゃんと名前書いてきたわね。
Oh.
嫁といつまでもいられるように大きく書いた。
あまりはっきり言うと効果が薄れるって言うわよ。
Oof.
でもさ私知ってるの。幸せの幸子さんっていう
Oh,
俺
it
と
was
そっくり
run.
なおまじないがあるの。
そうなのか。
あっちは友達が離れ離れにならないようにするってのに特化したおまじないだけどこっちはそれだけじゃなくて
悪いもんを全部流すんだろ。一緒に俺たちの名前も流すのって変じゃねえか。
祈りを乗せた生涯譜が悪いものを流してくれるから川も浄化されてきれいになるということかもしれないな。
Reminds me of Watanagashi.
その中心部で結ばれた絆はきっと強い。
Or Wataganashi, was it? Watanagashi or Wataganashi? From Higurashi.
マスクの光もびっくりだ。
どっちだろうな。
さあみんなせーので川に流すわよ。
私たちいつまでも
おいつまでも
一緒だ。
せーの May your friendship last forever。
川
And
の
in
水は
English.
緩やかに流れる。俺たちもこんな風に生きられたらきっと。
So they did actually end up going to Tenjo Shogakuen. Oh dear. Samsara down the river.
岸沼くん
え
私怖いよ。みんなどこに行ったの？持田くん私を助けて。絶対に諦めるなんていつもみたいに元気つけてよ。
The person I wanted more than anything to protect was right in front of me, but it wasn't my name she was calling out for. It was at times like this that I, Yosuke Kishinuma, could truly feel just how powerless I was. Oh, I'm Kishinuma?
持田くん私はここよ。篠崎あゆみはここにいるわ。
Yosuke,
分かったからサトシにもきっと会えるって。
どうしてそんなことがわかるの？
Amy!
いやなんとなくだよ。
いい加減なこと言わないで。
チェ
Ayumi? Really? I did notice though that Shinozaki's behavior had been a little strange for some time
こいつはきつい物言いが多いが、心の底では誰に対しても思いやりを持っている人間なんだ。
But now she's
こん
been
な
a
俺
bit.
にすら。それがこの1時間ぐらい前から完全に消えてしまっていた。
Oh yeah, completely. Yeah, she's definitely freaking possessed or something. I want to go back to the Samsara, if you can please.
またか。おい、大丈夫か。しっかりしろよ、篠崎。
あんたじゃない。町田君を呼べ。
次の方どうぞ。
あ、
何言ってっかわかんねえよ。
Dear. Seems like she was ready to release herself from her pain through whatever means necessary. Like she was ready to throw everything away and just give up. And only Satoshi could save her from that fate. I can do a damn thing. I was totally useless.
そこまで。
Eh.
目を覚まして。My precious Lord, give her the light of merciful purgation from sins.
That is...
Release the seal.
Yeah. A girl of an unfamiliar uniform appears brandishing a cross necklace. Suddenly a red spirit flame emerged from Shinozaki's chest and burned itself out. Yeah, don't come back.
Shinozaki, 大丈夫か?
So that's how they met
危ないとこ
them.
ろだったわ。この辺りはいつの間にか心の中に潜り込むたちの悪い悪霊が多いの。
悪霊が? なるほど。それで篠崎の様子が。
Yeah, but poor Yoshiki can't do anything about it.
よくわからないけど、助けてくれたの？ありがとう。
Where's Ran?
迷い込んだというか、飛ばされてきたというか。おそらくあなたたちと同じよ。
そうなのか。俺たちは幸せの幸子さんってまじないでここに飛ばされて。
幸子さん、
Hmm.
おまじない。似たようなやつが全国にあるってことね。
Mm-hmm. Why is it so
自
happy?
己紹介が
That's
ま
the
だだ
start.
ったわね。私は高井あずさ、セントクルス女学院の2年生。
And where is Ran?
同学年なんですね。私は木更木学園の篠崎あゆみ。こっちはクラスメートの
岸沼よしきだ。いきなり情けないとこ見せちまったらすまね
え。岸沼あなた、彼女のナイトならちゃんとお守りしなきゃ恥だよ。岸って名字に名前負けしてるわ。
え。何言ってんだよ。最初からそのつもりだ。つうか、岸辺の岸に沼地の沼で岸沼だ。ナイトなんて恥ずかしい呼び方やめろ。
ちょっと、やっと悪霊以外の人と会えたのに余計なことで争わないで。
Oh, Ayumi, shut up.
だと
Why is she so annoying
喧嘩し
in
ない
this
の。
part? Really? She is so hard on Yoshiki.
ごめんなさい。
It's ridiculous.
高井さんってこんなとこでもしっかりしてますね。すごいです。
同学年なんだから敬語はいらないわ。私のこともあーちゃんとか気軽に呼んでね。
よろしくね、あーちゃん。
That's not Azu, that's Archer.
女ってのはすぐ慣れ合うよな。俺は適当に呼ばせてもらうぜ。
Kishi-san. Naito-kun.
いいわよ。
Yeah, Naito-kun.
よろしく。あゆみちゃんにナイトくん。
There it is.
はあだからその呼び方やめろって言ってんだろ。
何言ってんのよ。さっき言いそうになってたじゃない。彼女を守るナイトになりたいんでしょ。あゆみちゃんのこと好きなのはマリア様じゃなくてもすぐお見通し。
Jesus. Jesus. Well, yeah, it doesn't take a miracle to realize that.
この女やりづれえ。なんだよ。
だって岸沼くんとすぐ仲良しになれる女の子なんてかなりレアじゃない？とってもいい感じだわ。お似合いよ。
Pain.
あちゃ、愛しの子は相当な天然さ。
Yeah.
ところで、
By about
あ
3
ーちゃんの
games.
それ十字架のやつかわいい。
ありがとう。でも未だに驚いているわ。霊を鎮める力があるなんてね。
そうなのか？俺はてっきり女子高生霊能探偵みたいなノリでやり慣れたことだとばかり。
キュッとくる名探偵。
何それ。魔法とかおまじないの類と一緒で、こういう力は信じるっていう思いの強さが重要なのかもね。あら、あゆみちゃんの持ってるのは。
あーちゃんみたいにすごいことはできないけど、一応呉服と聖水は持ち歩いているの。
十分よ。それですぐに襲われなかったのかも。
Well, it's a bit like that. She already was.
はあ？さっき霊に取りつかれていたろ。役に立ってんのかよ。本当に。
Yeah, thank you, Yoshiki. You had the same thought that I did.
ナイトくん、こういう時にこそこの私が全てを守る盾になりましょうとか気の利いたこと言えないの？
言えるか。それによ、すでに守れなかったわけだし。
大丈夫よ。これからちゃんとナイトくんがあゆみちゃんを守るの。絶対に諦めちゃダメなんだから。
諦めない。そうよ、持田くんもそう言ってたじゃない。
Oh, and you could. Oh.
持田くんっていうのはクラスメートの男の子で、いつもはぼんやりしてるけど本当はとっても頼りがいがあって素敵なのよ。ね、岸沼くん。
Yeah.
おう、またサトシかよ。
The jealousy runs
ライバル
deep.
まで兄弟なのね。ナイトくん、頑張っ。
頑張っ。
あーちゃんたちもおまじない失敗したの？
まさかきちんと完璧に成功したわよ。
It was
私のや
forged.
ることだよ。
It was forged to fail.
かっこいい。
そのせいでこんなところに閉じ込められてちゃはめられたとしか言いようがないけどな。
Seeing her try to project a perfect image just made me want to interject and take her down a few pegs, though it wasn't really meant to be malicious.
それにしても不気味なところね。気持ち悪いったらないわ。
Well, I'm sure Billy in the corner wouldn't mind chatting with you for a bit.
はい。この学校の至るところにその遺体があって。
これだけたくさん転がってりゃ嫌でも見慣れてくるさ。とにかく俺たち以外で生きてるやつに会えて少し安心したぜ。
そうね。二人でずっと不安だったもの。
Oh? Yoshiki?
で、その遺体の近くにいつも遺留品っていうのかしら、何かを必ず発見するの。
壁に何か書いてあったり紙切れが落ちてたり、
Oh,
大抵が
yeah.
メッセージの類だな。
Those things.
こんな
Yep,
ところ
the
に
ones
閉
that
じ
kill
込めら
you.
れたんだから不安で苦しくて辛かったんだろうね。私もいくつか見つけたわ。これなんだけど。
Along with what? I don't see anything. Asa held out a small notebook about the size of her hand. Okay, Shinozaki took it and opened it to the first page, revealing the name of its owner.
これは学生証？
Whose is it?
一緒に飛ばされた友達のものよ。
Guessing it's one of the guys.
それがあるってこと、まさか。
Actually, if they were involved, why weren't they showcased earlier then? That would have made this all the more interesting, right?
持ち主の亡骸は近くになかったの。
It's Ran. It's Ran. It's not
生
the
きてる
guys.
ことが分かったわけじゃないけれど、みんな必ずこの学校のどこかにいるって。
Ah, dang it.
そうか。
I accidentally caught the voice, sorry.
早く会えるといいな。篠崎、どうした？おい。
You right? Oh, there we go again.
あゆみちゃん
Okay. This is a bit too frequent.
篠崎大丈夫か？
あゆみちゃんごめんなさい。もう平気。この学生証を持った時に息が上がって、それで見えたの。
Oh?
どういうことだ篠崎？見えた？
Yeah, what did you see? Right. Jesus, that's a place to keep the... Okay. As I suddenly undid the zipper on the front of her school uniform and spread open the chest of her blouse. After doing so, she withdrew the cross necklace from deep within her cleavage. Yeah, you're telling me.
やっぱりあゆみちゃん、あなたの霊力かなりのものよ。
I turned away when the cleavage came out, but slowly and hesitantly raised my head now, confident that it was probably safe to look.
十字架が光ってる？おい、篠崎！
あーちゃん、多分私今あーちゃんと同じこと考えてる。そうね。
What do you mean, thinking the same thing? Yoshiki doesn't even know what's going
洞
on.
察能力サイコメトリー。
はあ？
ナホさんのサイトに載っていたわ。死者生者問わず心ある者の思念は強力なエネルギーを放っている。その思いが強ければ強いほど触れていたものや空間そのものに染み込んで残っていることが多いの。
Oh,
その思念を読み取る
memories
能
pass through
力を
items.
サ
Yeah.
イコメトリーと呼ぶんだけれど、なぜあゆみちゃんが今それに覚醒したのかしらね。
Because she's easily susceptible
感
to
受
these
性が
things.
強いから
Yeah.
一時的なものなのかもしれないわね。映っていたのは小さい女の子。明るくて楽しそうだった。それとあーちゃんがいたわ。いい感じよ。学生証の持ち主は小林蘭。もし今一人どこかで泣いているのかと思うと胸が痛むわ。同じクラスの子なの？いいえ。
She's a year below, isn't she?
前の学校から一緒に転校してきた友達なのよ。
Oh.
篠崎、ちょっとその学生証を見せてくれよ。うわぁ、本当だ。確か
Yoshiki
に
knows her.
小林蘭って名前だ。
After confirming the name, I casually been flipping through the pages from the attached notebook. And that's when I saw them. Eh?
何よ、大きな声出さないで。びっくりするじゃない。
これ
Huh? An abnormally large number of photo booth stickers and printed photographs were crammed into basically every crevice wherever they could possibly fit. Aha.
なるほど。すごい数だね。ランちゃんと一緒にあーちゃんが見えたのはこのせいか。
That strong, hey?
熱心でしょ。ちょっと行き過ぎちゃうこともあるけど、素直で優しい子なの。私の友達。
おう。
探しましょう。他にも手がかりがきっとあるはず。一緒に探してくれるの？
I
今
honestly
さら
thought
何
this
言
was
ってる
gonna
の？
be the final word.
当たり前じゃない。
Wrong, probably.
ね、シヌマくん。
But I'm gonna try and go for it all the way.
おう。
もうさっきからおうしか言ってないじゃない。やる気出してよね。
How can he? He's so lost on a lot of things. If I was in this situation and I didn't know what was going on in front of me, I'd be a little bit confused too.
おい。
二人ともありがとうサンキ
Did I just get this? Zoom in.
さあ探索を始めましょう。シヌマくん大丈夫？なんかリアクションが変だよ。
さっきからおかしいんだ。俺を動かしている存在がいて、そいつから得体の知れない悪意を感じるようなさ。
変なこと言うね。
なんだろう、悪意っつうか愛情を感じながらもいじめられているような。
まだ行かないの？
行きます。
Yeah, of course they're gonna go. Oh, this is interesting music, hello. And so we began searching the school we knew alongside our new friend Asusa Takai, whose personality just seemed a little odd to me. Our goal was to find Satoshi and the others, as well as Asusa's friend Kobayashi-dan. And if we managed to locate any trace of any of them, we could hopefully follow the clues and reunite them all with people we were missing. As we wandered the darkened halls, we came upon one classroom with dim lights spilling out from its windows. Curious, we slowly and silently entered.
なんだ、カビ臭い部屋だな。
マスク欲しいね。喉がイガイガする。
Oh, I know
なる
that
べく
feeling.
鼻で呼吸して息を大量に吸い込まないようにしましょう。さ、調べるわよ。
Oh my goodness me, okay. Check shelves.
なんだこれ。
I placed my hand on one particular shelf that seemed suspicious to me. It was one of those cabinet shelves with a glass door that typically lets you see inside, but the glass has turned jet black, nothing was visible.
岸沼くん、ダメ！
え？うわー！
What? Bugs? As soon as I opened the door of the cabinet, the black mass covering the window began moving. There's thousands upon thousands of cockroaches. Ew. Oh, that was good. Oh, did they get his mouth?
もう嫌。口についてないよね。これだけ古い建物なら当然よね。怖くないの？あーちゃん。見慣れてるから？
Jesus.
おい、何かの残骸があるけど、篠崎、その、残留思念だっけ？読めるか？
このカビみたいなやつを？嫌よ。
Well then, he tries to
だよ
help.
な。
I was feeling a bit self-conscious, having been so bluntly rejected, but as I walked away, I noticed as I approached the mash of our cross.
何も感じないわ。これはパンか何かね。スルーしましょう。
Okay. It's just
なんか
bread.
俺、やることねえな。
Damn. Broom closet. Sure there. We turned our attention to the standing broom closet at the end of the room. When suddenly...
篠崎。
空気が重いと思ったら、あれが元凶ね。
中で何か
動いているのかしら。
Something's hanging in there.
この気配は人じゃない何かだと思う。
俺にだってやべえってわかるさ。なんか青い光漏れてるし。
Ah, yeah,
危険だわ。離れましょう。
Yep. Let's get away from that. Let's get away from that. Check the flowers on the teacher's desk. Vivid coloured flowers were conspicuously growing in the centre of this otherwise drab, dreary room.
見て。枯れていないわ。
本当
So
だ。
they've got to be new.
蘭の花だな。
Orchids.
綺麗に咲いてやがる。
蘭。
蘭？残留思念。読んでみるね。
頼む。
Anything?
あったかい。
え？
Huh?
あっ
Attakai? Here? What do you mean they're warm?
花に込められた思いが流れ込んでくる。
あずさは悪魔なんかじゃない。そんなことを言う奴らが狂ってる。
Ooh. Kentaro?
ん？なんだ？どうしたんだ？
She
ナ
heard
イ
it as
ト
well.
君も聞こえない。声が。
声？
笑うなよ。花を咲かせるのが趣味って変か？
Huh.
本当だ。
聞こえる。誰だろうこの人。優し
It's
い気持ち
Kentaro,
を
if I
感じ
remember,
る。
not Toshihiza. Anzu? Yeah, it's Kentaro.
ケンタロウ。あなたは。
Azusa was visibly shaking. Not only that, but she was staring at the floor with a dejected, sad, cold look in her face. Her form of vibrance almost seemed like it had all been a lie. It was Kentaro.
ほら、ラン。同じ名前の花だ。綺麗だろ
Did she liked Kentaro? Oh dear. She liked Kentaro. Oof.
聞こえなくなった。あーちゃん大丈夫？
No, she's not good at all.
ケンタロウとか言ってたが、今の声のやつか？知ってるやつなのか？
Yeah, of course she does. She slowly raised her head and looked at us, and her expression then cooled so much that she now looked like an entirely different
大
person.
切な仲間よ。必ず助けるわ。
She's totally changed. Alright, let's leave the room. That's it. Are those bandages on the floor? At the bend of the hall, there was a small pile of bandages on the floor, standing out against their surroundings simply by virtue of being white. There was a small thin piece of wood wrapped up in them, making it seem as though these were the remnants of an emergency splint.
包帯
Ah, that feels...
まだ新しいわね。
That reminds me of like at the beginning of the first game when, yeah, Aimi needed the
中島さん、
needed the splint.
よかった。無事みたい。
Yeah, she hurt her leg and then Seiko gave her the splint. I was gonna say, I thought that was gonna be what it was.
足を引きずって歩いて怪我してるんだ。そうか、これは中島さんの残留思念。
おい、篠崎、どうした？何か見えるのか？
ちょっと待って、今大事な。中島さん、ここで足の包帯を取り替えて。
Yeah, that's right, she changed them after one point. Yeah, I remember.
どこへ行くの？すぐ追いかけるからね。
サトシ、
Oh, it was that moment.
声が聞こえたわ。近くにいる。
Oh, that was before the hanging. I remember.
サトシ、やっと会えた。サトシ、もうバカ。私、たくさん話したいこと。サトシ。
Because there was something weird with that moment because she went weird after that.
篠崎、なんで捨てちまうんだ？
何か見えたの？随分と真剣な表情だったけど。友達がね、苦しんでた。ひどいことをする悪霊が許せない。
友達って鈴本か誰かが？
岸沼くんの知らない人よ。
Oh. Oh, Ayumi, really? Oh, why is she so disdainful in this? Like, she is horrible to him.
そうなの？
さあ、行きましょう。
She's horrid for that.
つか、包帯、あれ捨てちまっていいのか？
汚いから捨てていきましょう。汚い。
Oh, you're disgusting. You really hate Naomi, don't you? Oh, no. Oh, my God. Let's go farther down the hall. Looking farther down the hall, the darkness seemed much more all-encompassing than in our current location. I wasn't really sure what could have caused it, but part of the hall just looked completely inked over. It was the absolute absence of colour and substance. And my instinct said that something dangerous was drawing near us from within the utter darkness. However...
あれは
どうした？
おまじないに使った布よ。友達のものだわ。
Oh.
本当に？どこ？暗がりのあたりに。
おい、待て！
Oh, that's gonna be bad,
い
isn't
るわ。
it?
そこに。健太郎、年久。
And she's dead. I reached out and grabbed Azazel from behind to stop her from moving even one step farther. Okay.
ナイト君。
バカ野郎！足元見ろ！
Oh. Careful. Careful. Oh, nice panty shot. Thank you. I know we can't get much of one, but hey. Just one step beyond where Azazel was standing, the floor gave way to a massive hole, so big that the bottom was completely invisible. Nice. This should have been little surprise since the floorboards have rotted or fallen away all throughout the building, but as I said, I'd clearly forgotten this.
危なかったわ。あーちゃん、こっちから回れば取れそうよ。
ありがとう。
前の方に気取られすぎだろ。足元も見ろって。
恥ずかしいわ。
ああ、何がだよ。
Her face as red as could be. She looked down at my arms and realized when I'd grabbed her, I'd created something of a shelf for her ample chest. Well, this is the first time I'd ever come in contact with a girl's breast. Suffice it to say, I got very flustered very quickly. I leaped back.
二重にびっくりしちゃった感じ。でも、ありがとうね。
Asuka gave me a nonchalant wink, seemingly rather inappropriate for having almost just died. She truly was an oddball. My head was starting to hurt just keeping up with her. Oh, don't tell me you're jealous now.
え？あ、篠崎？その、
Oh, no,
待て、
really.
誤解だ。俺は。
ほんと仲良しよね。お似合いだわ。でもスキンシップは私の見えないところでやってね。
She's really jealous over that.
ギャー！誤解崩壊大失敗！
Oh, poor
落ちていた
bastard.
布。間違いないわ。私の友達のものよ。名前はかすれて読めないけれど。あゆみちゃん、何かわかりそう？
ダメ。大きな声で誰かが怒鳴っている感じがするけど、名前やどんな人かまではわからないわ。
そう。
篠崎。
でもこの布があーちゃんの仲間が持ってたものなら手がかりになるかも。私持っておくね。
そうね。近くにいるかもしれない。探しましょう。
なあ、篠崎。誤解。
行くわよ。
Damn, just ignoring him. I feel really bad for Yosuke now. Damn. Alright, enter the classroom. There's only the broom closet left.
何やってんだ。やめろ。
Ah, yes, the little deaf boy. Yes. In elementary school, his boy was squatting inside. Can I scroll back? No, I can't, can I? He was obviously a danger. Nothing about him felt like it could end well. For starters, he was a spirit and heavily hosed. We turned the tail and run, but...
かわいそうに。
Holding up a hand to silence Shinozaki, Yasuda calmly turned to face the spirit. Yes, your small laugh. The boy disappeared almost as if blown away in a gust of wind.
お前。
成仏したってことなの？
いいえ、どこかへ遊びに行っちゃったわ。悲
That was
し
the
い
only
場所
thing that was left to do.
ここはあんな小さな子までどこにも行けずに霊となってとどまっている。
I mean, yeah, it is true.
本当に元の世界に帰ることなんてできるのかしら。
二人ともこれを見て。
Oh, okay, there was something in there. Okay, I was supposed to do that. Thank goodness for that. I thought I'd messed up.
どうしたの？
これランがおまじないの時に使った布よ。聖骸符って言うんだけどね、名前が書いてある。
本当だ。小林蘭。かすれているけどうっすら読めるな。
あゆみちゃん、思念読めるかしら。
Alright.
やってみる。
どうだ。
近くにいるかも。
Okay.
行きましょう。
Okay, there we go. Okay.
手がかりもいろいろ手に入ったし、廊下の先に進んでみるか。
そうね。行こう、あーちゃん。
ええ。
And is death coming? We proceeded down the hall, paying careful attention to our footfalls to ensure none of us were about to stumble into any holes. Cool air swirled around us, lightly brushing our necks as we walked. Then.
誰かいるぞ。
Oh. There was a shadow of a person farther down the
落
hall.
ち着いて。生存者かもしれない。
Oh, what the hell was that? Azura made a flashlight. Oh, that was a bag zipper. It sounded like a yelp. Azura made a flashlight. Oh no! Oh! Woo! Ah, yes. What was that word I said? I don't know. Oh no! Flashlight. Oh no. Well, I'm pretty sure people are going to remember me saying this now by accident. Oops. A flashlight from the bag on her shoulder and switched it on. The being cast a much more distinctive shadow of a human being than the faint one I'd spotted. And it also reflected off of two eyes in the darkness, though they were so far away that the person's features were difficult to make out. It's Ran. Yeah, there we go. Azza bounded over to Ran and embraced her warmly.
本当に無事で。この子がランちゃん？あーちゃんと一緒に飛ばされたっていう。ひどい。こんな幼い子まで。
篠崎、よく見ろ。同じ制服着てるじゃないか。
Yeah.
もしかしなくても同い年くらいだろう。
Yeah, they probably are.
こら聞こえてるぞ。見た目で子供扱いする
ああ、ごめんね。よかった。いつものランだ。
And so he reunited with Azza's friend Ran. She had a build that really did make her look like a child and was so emaciated that you almost felt bad for her. Jesus. And both her eyelids and eyes alike were red from what must have been a monumental amount of crying, or so I thought.
どうしたの？こんなに目を晴らして。
Huh? What happened?
あーちゃん？
Azza suddenly let out a blood-curdling scream. She had discovered someone's remains by Ran's side.
どうした？ひでえな。
Is that one of her friends?
篠崎、見るな。
その人死んでるの？
That's gotta be Kentaro, right?
怖かった。
Yeah, Kentaro.
いきなり黒いモヤモヤが来て、剣棒が飲み込まれて、それで。
You got the darkening. Damn.
分かったわ。それ以上言わなくていいから。ケンタロウ、こんなことってせっかく会えたのに。
So where's Toshihishi? Toshihisa, there we go. Asa turned her full attention toward the body and began to grieve and
ケ
moan.
ンタロウってまさかさっき言ってた。
Asa's eyes filled with tears, nodded slowly.
そんな。
So where's Toshihisa? Where's he?
なんてこった。
Asa then took her feet once more and produced a small bottle from her bag. She uncapped it, held it in front of her forehead, and spoke what sounded like some sort of chant.
せめて安らかな眠りを。Thank you, my dear friend. And my heart will go on and on.
This isn't Titanic. She then made the sign of the cross in front of her chest and made a fresh stream of tears began to spill out from the corners of her eyes. If this was Satoshi, Nakashima, or anyone else from our group of friends, I wonder if I'd be able to remain so collected. I didn't know what to say, neither did Shinozaki. All we could do for the next little while was lay our hands on Kentaro and silently show our respect.
何でも出てくるんだな、そのカバン。
そうね。もっと年相応の女の子らしいものが出てくればいいのに。
Odd thing to say. As she said this, even despite the forced giggle at the end, she began silently crying once more. After we'd sat and rested for a short while, we decided to resume the search for our remaining friends.
悪い。空気読めてなかったか。
気にしないで。明るく元気づけてくれようとしてるんだよね、ナイト君。健太郎、生きてたら二人と仲良くなってたかも。
あ
ーちゃん。
ねえ、嫁。剣坊、これを嫁に。約束守れなくてごめんって。
Oh. Ran sheepishly drew something from the breast pocket of her school uniform. And I mean, she kept withdrawing it. It just kept coming. It was a long strip of cloth. Dang. Like one of those magic tricks seemed to be a scarf or a stole.
あ、それ。
またその布。やっぱりそれも。
ええ。私たちが行ったおまじない。聖外符の約束で使ったものよ。健太郎もずっと持ってたのね。
On his as well, there were clear markings of a name, though it had largely worn away. It was still just barely legible, however. Kentaro Oshio, it read.
約束守れなくてごめんか。バカね。どこまで律儀なのよ。
Damn.
離れ離れになったって。たとえ死んだって私たちは一緒よ。聖外符に誓った約束は私が守るから。安心して休んで。健太郎。
あれが健太郎くんの布なら、私が預かっているのは年久くんの布ってことか。
Yeah. And now we're going to find out where he is. He's probably dead as well. Suddenly, a dazzling light flooded the hallway. And strangely enough, the cloth Azusa carried began to react into it, emitting a light of its own.
光が布からなの？そうみたい。聖水に反応した。それとも。
Like a stain, the light began spreading. It snaked its way along the white wall of the corridor, perfectly illuminating.
見ろ、壁に。
Huh?
あーちゃんだ。
Upon the wall, like a living mural, a scene played out before everyone's eyes. These were, by all appearances, the memories from within the cloth. There was a warm sunset in the sky back in a tranquil country scene. A river cut through it, and facing it were 4 students in school uniforms. We're repeating the scene. Okay, this was clearly a fond moment replaying itself upon the wall like a projected home movie. But it quickly took an unexpected turn when it became clear what exactly this scene was. Huh? What do you mean?
これも残留思念か。今度は俺にもはっきり見えるぞ。
不思議ね。私の力というより、この聖外符が意志を持って見せつけている印象だわ。
This music, though. Oh, this ambience.
川？
あ、これおまじないをした時の。
Azusa, what did you do? Azusa?
さあみんな、せーので川に流すわよ。
私たちいつまで
も。お、いつまでも。一緒だ。
せーの。さあみんな、目をつぶって祈るのよ。ずっと一緒にいられますようにって。
おう、わかった。
なあ、手つなごうぜ。
いいわね。そうしましょう。
ラン、お前は手届くか？
この後に及んで子供扱い大許せんなトシ。
ラン、ちゃんと握っているぞ。
剣坊は優しいな。
ほら早く目をつぶって。布が流れきっちゃうじゃない。
Okay, so Ken is the blonde, and the black-haired one is Toshihisa, I'm guessing.
わあ、なんかいいね。素敵。
年久ってやつ、バカにしながらもちゃんと手握ってんのな。
Alright, that's Toshihisa's doing that.
年下らしいわね。
なんか無理してんのか？
そんなこと。
Azusa, what did you do?
素直じゃねえやつ。
I guess we're even now because it was plainly obvious to me that Azusa had feelings for Toshihisa. Ah, yes, of course. And after she kept poking the bear with me over my feelings for Shinozaki, I felt like taking this opportunity to do a little poking of my own.
ナイト君がそれ言う？
なんだよ。
ナイト君？
She is so nervous. It's very off-putting.
あゆみちゃんに彼女を守るナイト君。
Oh.
かっこいいな。
やめろ。俺は岸沼よしきだ。ナイトでもなんでもないからな。
あ、見て。みんな目を開けたわ。おまじない終わったのかな？
ねえみんな、もう行かない？年下探さなきゃ。
なんでだよ。何かの手がかりが映るかもしれねえだろ。
でも
Azusa, what did you do?
嫁、もしかしてあれをナイト君たちに知られたくない？
よし、ちゃんと流れたみたいだな。
バッチリ成功。
It's hard to tell who's who out of them two because I don't know what they
帰
look
ろう
like.
ぜ。
I just have voices to go off of.
私もペコペコだぞ。
The four began walking back home through the raised path between the rice paddies. The ritual was a success, so spirits were high, but then a panicked voice cut through.
なんなんだ。
ざわざわざわ。
いたずらかまったく。水が出せねえべよ。
Huh? It was the voice of an old man who was presumably the owner of the nearest rice paddy. And he was turning the handle on his water tap, but nothing was coming out of the spigot beyond the sputtery sound of air gulping through dry pipes.
あれ？
もしかして水田用の貯水パイプに詰まったのか？生外風。
マジで？うわ、こっちまで音が聞こえてくる。ちょうどうちの便所が詰まった時と似た音が。
近くまで行ってみよ
う。They approached the intake pipe, and sure enough. What?
ラン、大丈夫か？
Nah, she's dead.
完全に詰まってる。
うお、俺たちの未来、俺たちの絆。
あずさ、謝りに行こう。あずさ。
ダメよ、ダメよ、絶対ダメ。おまじないは成功したんだから。
おい、あずさ。
Ah, right. Asa took off like a balloon with its string cut.
走るのよ。日の沈む方に走れ。
待てよ。ゲン、ランを頼むわ。追うぞ。
わかった。俺が背負う。あずさ、逃げちゃダメだろ。まったく。
あーちゃん。
そうよ。ひどいもんでしょ。怖くなって逃げちゃったの。言い出しっぺの一番罪のある私が。何がおまじないよ。ずっと一緒によ。
Oh dear.
嫁、落ち込むな。私なんかすぐ倒れちゃったし、倒れてなかったとしても絶対逃げちゃうと思うし。
んで、みんなバックれ続けたのか?
There was no reason for her to put on airs at this point. Yeah. We already had some in our group who played the perfect little student after all. His name was Morishige. And with the air being rather heavy all around us, I figured it couldn't hurt to crack a joke or two in an attempt to lighten it. It may not have been my smartest move, but somebody had to say something. You could have cut the tension in that whole wave of a knife.
謝ったわ。私じゃなくて。
Oh.
健太郎か。
So she puts on this perfect role because she isn't perfect.
そうなの？お前は？
その。
Bran sheepishly cut into the conversation.
実は次の日に学校に連絡が来たのだ。布には名前が書いてあっただろ。
ああ、そうだったんだ。
それで名前が一番消えずにはっきり残ってた私が先生に呼ばれたんだけど。
But Kentaro's was completely washed away.
なんだ？俺をからかってた余裕がなくなってきたな。
Oh, no.
やめなよ、岸沼くん。はーちゃんがかわいそうじゃない。
Well, I understand what he's trying to do, but it's not the best time.
悪い悪い。
いいの。悪いのは私だもん。
Yeah, but you didn't intend to block up the pipe, did you?
私たちをかばって、健太郎が自分から先生に謝りに行ったの。
I looked down at Kentaro's corpse on the ground with a newfound respect for the guy.
それからさ、
It does sound like a
みんな
Yoshiki
ギクシャ
thing
ク
to
しちゃったの
do
さ。
if he wanted to protect his friends.
健坊は謹慎で学校来なくなったし、みんな会わなくなっちゃってさ。転校の話まで謝って。
Right.
私とランはそれからすぐにセントクルスに。
そうなの？その後健太郎くんとは？
健太郎には何も言わずに、その自然消滅みたいな。
岸沼くん。
I put both my hands behind my head and continued.
別にそんくらい気に病むことじゃないと思うぜ。
そう。
ケンタロってやつも、お前を守りたくてやったんだ。
Yeah, he understands
望み
the
通
guy.
りになって後悔するわけねえし。ただ今のお前の顔見なくて幸せだったかもな、こいつ。
Yeah, Yoshiki knows how he would have felt. Azusa glanced over at Kentaro's body and her eyes instantly clouded over. Yeah, damn it, I went too far. But he's not wrong.
誰だ?
Oh, here we go. A boy wearing a school uniform and walking with a limp slowly came into view at the end of the hallway. Oh, he actually has a body. Okay, so the blonde is Toshihisa and the black hair guy was Kentaro. I was trying to judge by like who was holding freaking Lan's hand. It wasn't easy. He had a lot of blood in him and seemed to be in generally poor health, visibly both emaciated and fatigued.
あずさ、ランから離れろ。
Huh?
トッシー？あ、もう一人のお友達？
みてえだな。
What does he mean get away from him?
ランのそばにいちゃダメだ。
What?
どういうことよ、トシさん。ひどい怪我。今すぐ手当てを。
Ran grabbed Azusa's arm before she had a chance to move any closer to him. Whoa.
ダメ。トッシーはもうおかしくなってるぞ。だから危ないぞ。
Ha?
騙されるな。そいつは危険だ。離れろ、あずさ。
何なの？どうしたのあなたたち。
As both dangerous individuals inched each nearer, Azusa became notably more distressed.
おい、一体何があったんだ。
みんな仲良しだったんでしょ？あーちゃん。
Boy, this is going to be a nasty breakdown.
あーちゃん。
わかんないわよ。 何でもかんでも私に聞かないでよ。
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
ちゃん
The light emanating from the cloth on the wall suddenly increased in magnitude by an almost exponential amount. And she caused it all, didn't she?
眩しい。
やめろ。
Kentaro.
みんなやめるんだ。この声。
ケンタロウ
Oh, okay, he's fine, guys. Look, it's just a flesh wound. He's fine. Everyone turned around to look at the body sitting on the floor at Kentaro.
ロ。
Oh, that's not creepy. Oh, he's floating. Yeah, he's floating indeed.
ケンタロウくんの遺体が
やっと手に入れたぞ。
That's a hell of a voice, okay.
誰？あなたケンタロウじゃない。
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, he's possessing him now. A clump of blackness flew into the non-levitating Kentaro's arm, directly impacting Toshihisa. It instantly began twisting around him, bringing him to his knees. Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
あった
Oh my goodness.
この野郎。やめろ。
I grabbed a piece of loose timber from nearby and charged toward the floating bastard with intent on knocking him back to the ground. Oh, no, spiritual force field, no can do. But just as I was about to make contact, he sent me flying.
邪魔をするな。おいラン、望みを叶えるなら今だ。
は？
今度こそ年久を仕留めろ。
は？
後ろから床の穴に落とすなどと不確かな方法ではなくな。
Oh! She pushed him into a hole.
邪魔だったんだろう。嫁とやらに近づく汚い虫。そこにいる年久が。お前だけ幸せになりたかったんだよな。ラン。
So she's yandere.
やめて。
As I stood dumbfounded, meanwhile, Shinazaki stood right next to her, and one of the holy shrouds she had in her possession began glowing intensely.
何これ年下くんの生骸
Uh-oh. The light from the cloth shot straight into the wall, projecting a new image. Is this too residual thought? What's with these residual thoughts? Why haven't we seen them before this?
年下の記憶が映し出されてるのか。
ラン、嘘でしょ。年下にそんなことねえ。
Huh? She did. She did. As I had a strong grip on both of Ran's arms and was shaking her wildly, almost maniacally. And Ran was just letting her do it, tears gushing from her eyes the whole time.
信じられないランちゃんが
なんだ。
あずさ、お前が一番面白いぞ。
Oh. Oh. She's not Miss Goody Little Two Shoes at all. Huh? Wait, what's going on? What's going on? For God's sake. The image being projected on the wall from Toshihisa's holy shroud suddenly changed, showing a different backdrop. It was now on the backside of some school I didn't recognise. It didn't seem to be in the city centre, so is this the school Azusa and Ran attended?
あーちゃんと年下くんがいる。
あ、
Oh.
本当だ。
キスした。
Mm-hmm.
本当だ。
Oh, Ran.
なんだあずさ。嫌なのか。
Uh-oh.
トシさん、ごめん。やっぱりダメだと思う。私たちだけがこんな関係なんて。
お前は常に心の拠り所が必要な弱い人間だ。
は？別れてほしい。なんでだよ。
もうやめよ。
Oh, the friend
みんな
card.
と友達でいたいよ。
おい、待ってくれよ。納得がいかねえよ。
No proper answer at all.
調子のいいことを。
My goodness.
年久から健太郎に目移りしたお前は年久と別れもせずに健太郎に告白して振られたの。
Ooh. She had both of them. No, she had all three. Who? Oh boy. Oh my god, the next day.
正直に言ってしまえ。転校先で全てをやり直そうと思ったのだろう。
Oh no, that's foul.
仲間も過
The
去も
next
全てを捨て
day.
てたった一人でか弱い人間としてな。
The next day, though.
転校先って一人って
She was running away from everyone. Oh.
ねえってば嫁私がいるじゃん。
Asa's head was hung low, and she remained motionless for some time. Then she raised her head, made a fist, and held it directly around his foot. Whoa! 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 Ran flew a fair distance and landed prone on the ground, blood flowing from her nose like a roaring waterfall. Oh my god!
邪魔よ。ほんと邪魔。
Oh.
私はさ、選ばれし存在なのよ。神の加護のもと、それに
God's complex?
ふさわしい
Really?
生き方をするの。誰にも邪魔はさせない。
My lord. As the moved closer, ran bit by bit with every word she spoke. She was clutching her cross, which apparently doubled as a switch. Oh my god.
ダメ！やめてあんちゃん！ゆみちゃんどいてよ！そいつ殺せない！
Wow. Okay. Asa sported a wide yet eerily blank stare, her expression unchanging. She directed her attention once more to Kentaro.
ちょっと黙って聞いてれば。何よこれ、契約と話が違うじゃない。なんで私までこんなところに閉じ込められてるのよ。さっさと元の世界に返して。
契約? She forced everyone in there!
あーちゃん、どういうこと？うっさい！
Oh shit! Seems like it must have been in disbelief. She drew nearer to Azusa, as if to confirm her intentions, but Azusa just shoved her away without hesitation. She'd hit her head rather hard and just kind of collapsed in a heap, obviously having pushed herself much too hard for much too long. Whoa, jeez.
白崎打ちどころ悪かったのか。おい
愚か愚か。まったく人間とは愚かなものだ。
何言ってんの？あんただって命をもてあそぶただの嵐じゃない。クソ悪霊が。
Oh.
そのクソを少しでも信じた私もバカだったわ。クソがクソクソクソクソ。
Jesus! In her rage, she held a switchblade across to the ground. It slid across the floor with an echo that sounded a bit like a plumber's tools banging against a water tap.
ゴミが 自分だけ幸せになれればそれでいい。貴様は実にシンプルな欲望だ。まだ誰かとの幸せを望んだだけ。ラン、お前の方が高尚だったかな。
私は夢と一緒なら。
Oh.
気持ち悪いんだよ
Oh. As I scampered over to where Rand lay and began kicking her across the room, utterly devoid of any sympathy or concern. Jesus.
ほらほら
Her true colors are disgusting. Jesus.
醜い。そして滑稽かつ愉快だ。では、そろそろお別れだ。篠崎あゆみと言ったか。そいつも強い霊能力の素質を秘めているな。まだまだ未知数だが、うまそうだ。人思いに全員一度に殺してやるぞ。絶望を感じながら。
Ah, that's great.
てめえ
The spirit possessing Kendall's body stretched his arm toward us, palm facing out, posed like an anime character gathering energy for a force weapon. A black mist gathered around that arm, just as it had when he'd attacked Toshihisa. And with Shinozaki out cold, I have no idea what I can possibly do to save us. Just make her freaking cough up blood as well.
私はまだこんなところで終わるわけには。
欲にまみれた肉の塊。それが人間だ。だがこの体を捧げたもの。健太郎か。こいつは違ったな。貴様らを助ける代わりにと自分の命を投げ出したのだ。
Damn.
そんな剣
だが、あずさ、お前も知っての通り、私は救いの神ではない。
Oh.
命だけを美味しくいただいた。性に執着が強かった分、魂がこびりついていたので体から引き剥がすのに手間取ったがな。
おい
Oh. Oh! Did he stab him with the freaking, with the...
何余裕かましてやがる。愚かなのはてめえの方だ。
I skipped as the switchblade cross when the spirit wasn't looking and now carefully sneaked my way behind him and thrust it right into his back. Nice. Did it work? Yes!
おい、あんた何やってんだ。さっきみたいに悪霊を打ちやがれ。お前がもともと持ってた力なんだろ。
Yeah. I'll just do it.
ならそこでよく見てろ。俺が篠崎を守るところで
Nice. I focused additional strength into the hand I had used to stab Kindle.
見てろ篠崎。俺が
Oh, dang it.
守るんだ。
It broke! A small bottle flew through the air, aimed straight and true at the corpse's heart. On collision, it shattered into a million pieces. The liquid inside burned evil spirit on contact, causing it to recoil. Nice.
Sprite flame, make all the existence reduce to ashes.
シニエンタル
Well, he's dead. A blinding light accompanied by a sound like an explosion blasted through the building. Through the light, as best as I could tell, it almost seemed like a massive shadow expelled itself from Kentaro's body and dissipated. And then peace and quiet seemed to return to the hall. As much peace and quiet as you can expect in a place like Heavenly Host, anyway. And also, Ran is bleeding on the floor quite profusely. Shinozaki was still out cold. I guess she didn't see me fight to protect her after all. God damn it. Asa stumbled her way over to me.
無事かよ、お前。
名前。
え？
Huh?
さっき名前初めて呼んでくれた。嬉しい。
Huh? She then leaned into me, almost nuzzling me.
頼りがいのある人って素敵よ。ナイト君は。
Oh
no!
She's this type of girl.
ね。
How about fuck off?
やめろ、離れろ。
I grabbed her by both shoulders and pushed her away. At the same time, Toshihisa, who had been cleansed out of the black mist after Kentaro's possessor was cast out, stood up.
そうだぜ。
She just demonstrated what type of person she was right then. She goes to whoever she thinks will benefit her the most in any situation.
お前、生きてたのか。
剣に乗り換えようとしたのも白蘭高等学校への転校が決まったって噂が立った時だ。俺たちの中で一番成績が優れてるやつだからって。
Oh.
そんなところだろ。
Oh no.
分かってたさ。相手は誰でもいいんだろう。みんなが振り返るブランドの服を持っていたいだけ。そんな感覚。
She cared about image? Oh, social worth. Yuck.
なのに俺はいつか振り向かせられると思って。一番の間抜けは俺か。
This is such a different character dynamic from what we've seen of her already. It's really jarring.
こんなやつのどこが良かったんだろうな。
Oh yeah, she's still bleeding as well.
トシ。
近寄るんじゃねえ。ラン、お前さっき俺を突き落としやがったよな。こんな車に乗せられやがって。叫んじゃねえよ。ほんとマジでみんな狂ってやがる。
Still unsteady, Toshihisa nonetheless sauntered away slowly into the blackened depths of the school's corridors.
おい、
I liked
手
him,
当てしてやろうか。待てよ。
but he didn't even look back. He just continued into the darkness.
待って待って待ってトシ。
Oh, run. ごめんなさいごめんなさいごめんなさいごめんなさい。 Nah, you've thrown her away now because it suited you in that moment. You ruined everything. But then again, Ran also ruined every single chance she had left as well. But in fairness, she was possessed. Azasa wasn't. That's the difference. Oosh, eesh. She had a truly desperate tone to her voice. But when Ran turned to face her, the look in hers was the saddest it had ever been. Now was the end of Ran calling us her dear wife, as she ran off into the distance in pursuit of Toshihisa. At this point, she had no qualms about leaving us behind entirely. Well, she'd literally beat her to a pulp.
大丈夫か。
Oh, come on! Blue balling my guy here as well.
助けに来てくれた。
Guys who are down bad, right? The Twitter account, right? My man Yoshiki needs a hit up.
ちげえよ。サトシじゃなくて残念だったな。でも安心しな。お前のことは俺が。あゆみちゃん。
Oh, piss off you.
あっちゃん。
Suddenly, the other half of Az's body was jutting between us. Hair disheveled as she came in for an awkward group hug. She was still very much out of it. She clearly didn't want to be controlled by an evil spirit, but she seemed like she needed someone, anyone she could depend on. Well, that's because she threw it all away in seconds. Oh, piss off.
いつの間にか入り込むって言ったでしょ。やめて
やめてよ。もう話しかけないで。
You brought that all on yourself, Azusa. All of it. She stepped back and grabbed her head with both hands. She looked like a spirit herself in that moment. The bright aura she exuded before was completely gone.
早く追いかけたらどうだ。まだ間に合うだろう。
She won't, she's a coward. She'll just stay there. She staggered around for a moment, groaning half confusedly, then disappeared into the darkness. So they did meet in that whole entire bit. Okay. There we go, there's music playing. Woohoo! Hmm? What's up? Before our eyes, Kento's body decayed into a skeleton, then crumbled to dust and vanished altogether. For some reason, I unconsciously scooped up his holy shroud. Yeah. He protected them all.
お前は守ったぜ、仲間を。あいつらの魂が本当に腐ってしまう。そんな最悪からな。
岸沼君。
あずさを救うことができなかったのは悔しいけどよ。
Yeah.
情けないが、俺は一人の女を守るので精一杯なんだ。
何？私の顔に何かついてる？
いや、なんでもね。行こうぜ。
何よ、変なの。
He just freaking saved you in a freaking amazing fashion. I don't blame him for feeling pretty brave.
私は悪魔、赤じゃないもん。
Wow. She's completely broken.
生存者か。
Kizami. Oh no. Oh no.
あなたは
僕は木ami優也、白檀高等学校の2年だ。
Oh boy. The worst person she can meet. This is poetic. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, you're dead. He definitely killed her. He definitely did. Wrong end. Jesus. Wrong end? There's a right ending! Ah, nah, screw that. I'm not doing that again. Really? There's a right end to that? Nah, I think that's it for that one. Goodness me. I don't even know what would have even fixed that one anyway, but hey ho, hey ho. That's probably going to be it for me on this one, unless I suddenly have a last second change of mind to do anything, because it doesn't really add anything to the main story anyway. It's more like just an extra thing that happened between... actually, let me just keep the music thing going in the background. It's more like nothing really happens, main story-wise. It's just mainly around those four, which... It's cool to know more about them, and also to see the dark side that Azazel has in contrast, because I always thought if anyone would be the worst out of them, it would probably been Ran. Maybe she had been keeping those guys away from her, but really it was the opposite of what I thought. And you know what? It was neat. It was neat, don't get me wrong. The voice acting as well, spot on. Goodness me, it was great. But yeah, that's actually going to be it for me on Birthday Bash, guys. I know I didn't get the good end on that one, but to be honest, it'd probably only be like 5 minutes difference if I'm completely honest. And also I've got to stop recording. It's almost 2 hours in this one, and it is the very last episode of this, so look forward to a new series coming your way very shortly. But for now, guys, I only have one more thing to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you want any more from me, and I shall see you in the next video. Sonajah, guys. I will most certainly see you next time. Sachiko happily ever after, eh? You threw me a real curveball with that last part there, holy Jesus.